Good afternoon. I wanted to talk to you about supervised drowning. That does not sound like fun. However, I happen to know somebody that's an emergency room nurse and basically feels like because of the limitation of resources, and a lot of it's limits in being able to get nurses, so they're having to do a lot of training. And this term came up where supervised drowning is when you're taking somebody that has either a new nurse that has not done much nursing, or perhaps a nurse that's done nursing for a number of years but not an emergency room, and you're trying to train them. And the problem is things are coming so fast and furious is the ability for these people to be able to process and spend time figuring stuff out. They've got to move much, much quicker. Bottom line, they got to keep people from dying. Instead of dying, they're used to trying to figure out what the exact thing is wrong with the patient. And with many emergency rooms, particularly if you have an influx of 40 or 50 people at once, you just got to keep them from dying, and you got to buy time, and then later you can go back and begin to figure out what a better, more permanent fix is. And I thought the supervised drowning was a good example of that situation. But I also think about business. In many ways, supervised drowning is what occurs sometimes when we hire people. And it's a very fine balance between allowing them to make mistakes and learn, but then also teaching them, getting them to think far enough out, but not too far. We have actually 3 or 4 clients right now looking at selling their businesses to some inside employees. And the inside employees have always had a structure and they've had protection, and they're about to be thrown in the deep end of the pool. And I think of that as supervised drowning. And so it's a very challenging thing. I think running a business, particularly as a business owner, I've been getting supervised while I drowned for about 35 years, but there's a lot of instinct, learning, wisdom that kind of comes from it. Some of it's habits, some of it's emotions and attitudes, some of it's just a value system. So next time you're looking at hiring somebody, taking them to the next level, or perhaps selling your business to somebody, you might want to think about how do you teach them or supervise them to drown effectively, or actually to not drown. So I wanted to share that thought with you. Little strange, little scary, but very, very true. Thank you very much.